Um, this is confirmation, y'all. Confirmation, y'all. Okay. So some of y'all gonna thank me for this video. By the end of April, y'all gonna be like, Miss V was right. Okay. So we're gonna talk about it in a minute. We're gonna talk about it in a minute. We're gonna wait till we get more people in here. So while we're waiting, I really did wanna get a candle, some candle going. I want to get me an energy candle going. This is a perfect time to get a candle like this. So if you're going to go buy candles, you want to get a candle that says energy. Okay? Yes. No, let me get this candle. Perfect time for this candle. Okay, I know y'all can see it in the news feed. I know you heard me on the radio. Give me no attention. Listening to what your girlfriends mention. I know you heard me on the radio. Okay, y'all. Get those medical appointments in. I just heard make some medical appointments. Okay. I just heard that, y'all. Let's get this energy candle lit. So the candles you want to light over the next 60 days are going to be um, the green candles, the red candles, yellow candles, purple and blue and orange candles. Okay, let's get it, y'all. We waiting until we get more people in here. Then we're gonna get started. Okay. All right. So yep. I keep hearing that little guy, yep, from the one cartoon. Hi everybody. Hi everybody. So hopefully we'll get some people in here. I know some of y'all are watching other people's videos already. Um, but we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it started. I'm gonna hold this candle right under me so I can sniff it just until it starts to scent the room. Okay. So the creator gave me confirmation for this download. For the next 60 days, you have to make self-care and fitness your number one priority. You can't put nothing before it, okay? So some of y'all need to possibly move up your creative time to maybe the afternoon hours or nighttime hours. If you put your health and fitness first for the next 60 days, some of y'all are going to be highly favored come June or July. Y'all may even be in a new relationship at that time. Or you may be, you may have manifested something big by that time, by July. But you're being tested. Some of y'all are being tested to see if you're going to put your health first for the next 60 days. So make sure that you are coming up with a health plan. You want to set some health books on your table, some home natural remedies, medicine, on your table. You might want to go on Pinterest and look up some health remedies. You may want to get the book Super Carb Diet by Bob Harper. Okay, there's a book called The Super Carb Diet. So some of y'all may want to put that book on the table and use that book for the next 60 days. I heard lift some weights. I literally heard that, y'all. So I also heard hit sprinting. Okay. So make sure you get your hit in all the way from now through March. So if you're going to go on the treads in the gym, you got to go fast sometime. Okay. Body weight time under tension for some of y'all. So some of y'all may want to join a swimming team. Basically take some swimming lessons, sign up for some swimming lessons next month at your local gym where there's an indoor pool. You can end up catching a sale for a dance class next month. You may end up finding some sales on dance classes and swimming classes. So don't just like only do the gym, okay? Cycle from gym to water aerobics. So consider switching to a gym that actually has a pool. Hi, everybody. Somebody's from Turkey. Hi. All right, y'all. So get some weights out and lift some weights, y'all. For the next few weeks, you might want to do some get some body weight, some weightlifting in for sure. So maybe do some exercises that require you to put weight on your body. So just add some weights to your workout. I did schedule your dates for later in the day. So if some of y'all are trying to date somebody, you need to like treat that like a treat after you taking care of yourself. If you were thinking about getting maybe some work on your throat chakra or your teeth, you might want to, schedule getting your teeth worked on or something like that. Also, dealing with the best fashion you got. So wear your best clothing. You may want to purge your clothing right now so that you can see what you have that's the best. That includes like jewelry, anything that you wear on your head, fashion with that. Distinctive hairdos. If you're going to go get your hair done, try to get something that's a little different than what everybody's getting. Maybe with some accessories in it. Some accessories added to your hair. So if you're like, for example, you can do cornrows, but add accessories in the cornrows. Something African about it or something Native American about your hairstyles or your wardrobe. I really got that if y'all really follow this, I'm telling you no lie, for 60 days, like just go all in on your self-care and your body. Some of y'all are going to look in the mirror come June and July and be like, damn, I look good. Like it's going to be that real. So law of attraction is working in your favor for your physical health. Make sure you're not overdoing it with any pills that you're taking. So make sure you're not, trying to cheat your way there. So just make sure you're not taking like the wrong drugs and just watch your drug intake. Be mindful about that. Try to work with natural remedies the next next 60 days. If you're in pain, try to, go get you some ginger, stock up on some ginger. Try not to just go with like drug stuff for pain. This is a good time to start taking maca root and CBD. So if you've been thinking about smoking hemp, you might want to, the hemp flower, you might want to go look in and, get you some of that, or you need to tell people to buy you some. Valentine's Day is coming up. Tell people, say, I want some CBD, I want some hemp flower, or, I want some CBD gummies, or that's something you can ask people for. Try to ask people for gifts that's for your health. Okay, don't chase materialism. Try to work with what you got. If you're going to buy anything new for the next 60 days, you need to buy it on sale. Clearance. Go to the thrift stores. Go to the thrift stores the next 60 days. Tell your doctor you need a discount. Don't be afraid to use discounts or any free resources that are out there. So if you get any tickets, if you got any tickets to pay for, ask the judge. Say, can you have it decreased? You will find that you're getting lucky with getting discounts and sales. You know, you may find like a diamond in the rough. Why am I getting Aladdin? So I guess somebody need to think about Aladdin. How Aladdin was really good at law of attraction. Aladdin was basically realizing his self-worth inward. Okay? So this is not about how much you got, it's about what you got. So you may want to do very stoic living the next 60 days where you put the best of your best clothing into your drawers and everything else get kicked out. Okay? See, that's the 90s energy. So go through your wardrobe and your stuff and be like, this is the best of the best. And that's it. You know, I don't really mess with nothing else. You know, this not, you know, of quality. You need quality connections as well. Partnerships that are highly beneficial to you, that come with opportunities, or people that will help take care of you, or who will donate and contribute to the work you're doing. Okay? Avoid takers right now and avoid them for the next 60 days. No takers. You need to try to keep your energy up so that you can really go in taking care of yourself. So make sure you're putting time aside for meditation. This is something you can put on before you go to bed, and meditation. This is one of my favorites. So lavender and chamomile is really good to put on when you are going to do yoga or tai chi. So next month you'll start introducing yoga and tai chi and slow exercises into your workout. But really for the next few weeks, you should be like putting that weight training first, lifting weights, getting, you know, strength building. I also get musical. Some of y'all may need to try something new, like a musical instrument, or explore something artistic. Something that you've been thinking about doing that you may think like, oh, nobody else is doing this. You may want to like try that out. For some of y'all, it could be tactile art, clay, working with clay, crafty stuff, as well as creating things that's for your home. So y'all may want to go and get some art stuff that you can do to create for your home. I heard decorate your house with your own creative energy. So some of y'all need to stop buying decor. Like, don't buy the decor. Like, you make the decor yourself. Okay? So if you were thinking about starting your own art gallery to make some art to sell, this is the perfect time to do that. Okay? So if you were thinking about setting up, if you're a photographer or an artist, you may want to start collecting stuff to actually sell. So, you know, you don't got nothing to lose. You know, if you're into photography, sell your photography all the way through February. Okay. For some of y'all, you'll benefit from doing something that seems like it's not modern. Bringing something old-fashioned back into the world. What can you bring this old-fashioned back into this modern world? Some of y'all got to be like a Lucille Ball, you know, just be not really in the usual trends. Okay, you need to be a trendsetter, not a trend follower, for the next 60 days. Okay. Yeah. So I decided that for me, the next 60 days, I'm going to pretty much be rocking cornrows. Okay, because I'm not really into corn. I don't really do cornrows all the time. So that would be me stepping out of my comfort zone and having some cornrows, you know, the 2 strand twist cornrows. So I may actually have my stylist add some afro, afro extensions to it, so I can have like a roll in the back or something in the back, something of that nature. Or I may do it myself, just to like experiment with, playing with hair or whatever. So yeah, I don't know if any of y'all are into eye makeup, but some of y'all may want to explore a beauty trend. If you were thinking about starting a beauty YouTube channel, this would be the perfect time to start a beauty YouTube channel where you share your lifestyle. You may find that that channel will have a breakthrough by the end of July. You may see your views go up. I've been sensing that YouTube is really trying to get everybody back over to the lifestyle channel life, like it was when it first got on. I think YouTube is purging the Juru channels, purging the non-traditional spiritual channels. They're being purged. Um, you can't go wrong with a lifestyle channel. How can you go wrong with that? You're living your life. You're enjoying your life. But you're also allowing everybody else to enjoy your life. You're also creating diary entries. I don't know if any of y'all are diary writers or journal writers, journaling, but some of y'all may benefit from learning how to draw in your journal, like Rupi Kaur type of books, Milk and Honey. Some of y'all were supposed to see the phrase milk and honey. It's a synchronicity. So, your Rupi Kaur got a book out called Milk and Honey. So some of y'all need to, consider creating your own book that's similar to that. But, stay within your lane with your literary writing or whatever. Let's see. Okay, a lot of people got to get out their comfort zone for the next 60 days. You got to be willing to create stuff you normally don't create. We're going to look at. So I'm going to be actually doing. I'm going to actually be pulling cards for the next 60 days. Is for artistic stuff. I'm taking a break from the Juru stuff, y'all. Taking a break. So for some of y'all who's into the arts, I'm going to pull some art stuff just for, woo, child. Did that just get on my card? What the heck? Really? It's like that? Wow. Okay. Well, okay, what is this? Okay. So for the genius, for the writer's deck, there's Margaret Atwood. Okay. Margaret Atwood, she's a poet, y'all. I know she's a poet too. She just flew out the deck. Then there's contemporary. So if you were thinking about creating any art of any kind, all right, you may want to choose themes that are like Margaret Atwood themes, or contemporary by Orhan Pamuk. 3 of Diamonds, King of Diamonds. Okay. All right. So some of y'all may need to do contemporary work in work groups and listen to teachers that will help you create work that's like Margaret Atwood. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the masculine energy can probably help you with getting some work done or marketing your work. Okay. So contemporary keeps coming out. Contemporary. This is by Michael Hollenbeck. Let y'all see it. Okay. For writers. Because we're coming up to the Pisces energy. Okay. Pisces is one of the highest ranked artists. Energy. Zodiac energy. So Hemingway is here. Hemingway. He's the 10 of spades. Hemingway. Hemingway was more into things that was happening in society, and love and marriage was some of his themes. I think When the Bell Tolls. He has a book called When the Bell Tolls. He also was also being interviewed by other writers. So he was using other writers for inspiration, his life as inspiration. Okay. He was also into symbolism, and he wasn't into embellishments. Okay. So his ideas were not so embellished. So we have mid-century here, 5 of Hearts. Mid-century writing is Alexandre Solzhenitsyn. This is for the writers. Zadie Smith, Jack of Diamonds. Wow. So we know jacks are like travelers. So some of y'all need to maybe create art that has to deal with your journey or journalism or traveling or age or something of that nature. Jack of Diamonds, Zadie Smith. Okay, I'm gonna look up some of her work in a minute. She's of color, it looks like. And I know she is still alive, from what I know. We got Philip Roth, mid-century, is the 8 of Hearts. Hearts deal with love, romance, drama. So romantic drama for some of y'all, mid-century. Okay, we got something out for the writers. Let's look up this lady right here, Zadie Smith. We're gonna see her. She's Jack of Diamonds. Jacks bring things, okay? So let's see some names of her work. Let's look her up. Let's look up Zadie Smith. Okay, wait a minute, y'all. I'm clearing out my history. Okay. I don't know. I gotta clean this off. The touch thingy. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to get the touchpad to show up, but it's not. Okay, I'm gonna have to clean the history out. It's not even popping up. I should have got my laptop. Okay, Zadie Smith. I'm gonna clean this. Smith writing. Her name is Zadie. I'm sorry, not Zadie. It's not Jadie. It's Zadie. Okay. Okay. So Sadie, they put Zadie. Her name is actually Sadie. Okay, so she writes about religion, culture, identity, and race. That's what she writes about. Her name is Zadie Smith. She's a novelist, a short story writer, and an essayist. So somebody might want to write short stories. She has some art She also does art. Let's see what artwork she does. So that's what I thought. Okay. Oh, somebody is inspired by her art. That's what it is. So we're gonna read a couple lines from her work. See if we can find some of her work. I don't even think her work is available to be read by free. She has a piece out called White Teeth. Oh. All right, she's on Substack. She's on Substack, y'all. So here she got her writings. Here she go. Here she go right here. Black History Month, y'all. She looks like she's of color. So y'all might want to look her up. Sadie Smith. Mm. So mm. She's from London, y'all. So yeah, UK. So she has been compared to Dickens, Rushdie, and Forster. Forster. Okay. I want to find her work. It's almost like you can only read her work if you pay to read it. That's so weird. Okay. So she talks about also the African American experience in race and religion. Hi, everybody. Yeah. So Sadie Smith, she's coming out. Um, yeah. I guess she also writes about cultural differences when it comes to money flow because Dickens is writes like that. Now Hemingway is out here as well. Hemingway here, y'all. Okay, Margaret Atwood. Let's look her up. I know she's a poet, and she just put out a book. She just published a book on the craft of writing. I saw it briefly in an advertisement. Okay. Remember that next month it's going to be very abundant for writers. It's already started already. So let's see. Let's see what she's about. Now I know Margaret Atwood. This lady has a course. I think on masterclass.com. She has a course on there. She's a Canadian novelist, poet, and literary critic and inventor. She wrote The Handmaid's Tale. Okay. Let's look at her poetry. I wonder what her themes are. Okay. We're going to look up some of Margaret Atwood's, and she is the King of Diamonds. She's the King of Diamonds. Okay. That's a high card. So she writes some dark stuff, Crow Song, Corpse Song. She actually has a poem called February. So she's definitely a synchronicity. Blue Jay. She has a piece called Dream Blue Jay. So she uses animals as well for her inspiration. Okay. Um Let's look up the themes of her work. Okay, Margaret Atwood themes of her work is identity, nature, power, survival, and the human condition. So those are her themes. Let's say it again. Identity, nature, power, survival, and the human condition. Okay, I'm gonna feature her because she is a synchronicity of synchronicities. She's been being promoted a lot. Okay, so I'm screenshotting. I didn't screenshotted something about her, and I will literally. She does put personal and political stuff and environmental concerns into her work. She has an impact on contemporary literature. So she is contemporary, y'all. She has nature in her work. Okay. We got to get it together. Pisces season is coming up. Let's get it, writers. Let's get it. Okay. Now, I think they said she is also an inventor. I wonder what she invented. She has published over, she has published dozens of books. Now, she do have a book out right now on the craft of writing. Let's find out what that book is. Okay, I might take her course on masterclass.com. They're probably going to have a sale on that. Masterclass.com is going to end up having a sale next month. Okay. So, what's her book called? Trying to find her book. Okay, I'm gonna post some of her. She got some tips here for y'all, for us writers. So I'm gonna post that. Come to my Substack, y'all. Join my Substack if y'all want to see the information that I found on Margaret Atwood. Some of y'all, I posted the link to my Substack, y'all. I already did. It's in the community news. Come to my Substack, follow. If you're a writer, you want to come to my Substack because I post everything to do with writing on my Substack. Some of y'all may not know, but I'm an accomplished writer and educated in writing. And I've been lucky to get quite a bunch of publications so early after completing my mentorships. So I'm trying to look up her book. Her book is not Margaret Atwood writing lesson book. Like it's on thriftbooks.com. Her book is on thriftbooks.com. It's on the craft of writing poetry. So one of her books was turned into a movie. Okay, the movie is called The Handmaid's Tale. That's the name of the movie based upon her book. So that's something y'all may want to watch. She gives a lot of free help out here. She's very generous. There's a lot of lessons she's given for free. I normally don't write stories, but I can. And I'm normally a poet. But I have started some short stories recently and some narrative prose. And the other students in the workshops I'm in, they really like the first drafts. They're like blown away by the first drafts of my stories and narrative prose. So I'm going to finish them. Right now, I'm doing character building. Okay, I did a free write for my short stories and my narrative prose. And now I'm just looking into adding some character elements more, inserting some character, adding some stuff in the first drafts and ending them. Okay. I can't find her book, but I know she has a book out for writing poetry. So she is on masterclass.com, y'all. There she goes. She's on it. She's on masterclass.com. I took Bill Collins' poetry course on masterclass.com, and his course was wonderful. When I tell y'all Bill Collins' poetry course was it opened me up. Okay? I wrote some really great stuff after taking his course. Okay. Okay, here it is. When I find her new book out that's on the craft of writing, I'll post it. His next one, what you say? Somebody said, my book on the craft of writing poetry sold well, y'all. I got 5 stars on my book, y'all. So if y'all want my book on the craft of writing poetry, y'all want to buy it, let me know, okay? I'm going to republish it for Pisces season. But if y'all want to buy it through my VIP link, it's $8. And when I tell y'all my book on writing writing poetry for the advanced and beginning poet, y'all going to thank me for the book. Y'all going to thank me, okay? I took several mentorships and got an A. I took so many writing courses at the Poetry Kit. All right, my mentor was Jeff Bennett, and he's in Wikipedia. Jeff Bennett is also a professor, and I was one of his best students. He said he gave me an A. Okay? If your mentor give you an A and he's a professor, he teaches PhD students poetry, and I did better than a lot of them. I was his private student. So I was a private student of Jim Bennett, who owns the Poetry Kit School Online. And my final grade was an A with glowing remarks. He said, a distinctive poet. That's what he said. Distinguished, I think he said. So he did give me a nice review as well, really good review on my graduation certificate. So, and I got an A. So if anybody's qualified to teach you poetry, it's me. I also was a student of poet Robert Haas, and he's a Pulitzer Prize winning poet. I completed his course and all the courses at Iowa University. I did their How Writers Write Poetry 1 and 2, and I also joined their master class on how to write poetry. I also took several other classes in writing, like the Walt Whitman poetry writing course, and several others. Okay? All right. So y'all better get my book. The reason why I unpublished my book is because somebody stole it. Okay? It was doing good. It was getting 5 stars, and somebody saw that it was getting 5 stars no matter where it was posted. And somebody saw, hey, I could take this book and make money. So somebody stole my book actually off one of the websites and was selling it on their page. And they had like 300 downloads of my book. So somebody made some money off my book. I ended up having to report the person to Google search engine, and they got their website taken down because I reported them for stealing my book. Then they put a new page up. They stole all bestseller books. This person was stealing all the books that were getting 5 stars in the literary arts. So it wasn't just me, okay? They were stealing only educational books in the literary art that was getting 5 stars everywhere online. They was basically trying to get our money, steal our money, and get rich off of it. They ended up setting up a new page, and now they're selling my book on the dark web. So it's like hard for me to catch them now. So I unpublished the book so nobody else could steal it. So I just waited it out for a year until, all the stealing because everybody that downloaded my book off this guy's website actually stole my book too. So they're stealing too. So he was selling my book in PDF, doc file, and as an ebook. He was just like making money off my book. I was so pissed, y'all, when I Googled my book. And I was like, where is my book sales? I was wondering why my book sales suddenly stopped. You know? I said, this isn't normal to get a 5-star book off Amazon and then all of a sudden no more sales. Like, what's going on? The reason why I wasn't getting sales is because whenever people would put my book in Google, he was outranking Amazon for my book. So instead of people going over to Amazon to buy my book, they were getting my book for $5 less on his site. They were like, oh, why should I buy her book off Amazon when I can just go ahead and steal it and get it for $5 less off his site? So my first seasonal profits, he took them all. He took all my profits. He took all my profits, y'all. Can you imagine how many sales I would have on my book if I got that first year sales he got of my book? Okay, I would have had 300 reviews at least probably on my book. 300 sales at least in that first year on my book. He took them. And then I started to see my book was on other sites, downloadable. So basically, people that downloaded my book off his site went to other places and uploaded my book for free. So many people were able to get my book for free. So that's why I all of a sudden I wasn't making no money off Amazon. I'm on a live video. Did you hear me? I'm on a live video. Okay. Yeah. So I'm out of thousands of dollars on that book, all because somebody decided to sell my book $5 off. And then the people that was downloading my book, they went and uploaded my book. So they just outranked Amazon. While I sat there with $30 in my pocket, he was just sitting there running off with my money. So I said, what? I said, what is the point? I'm gonna have to unpublish it. I'm gonna have to report him and report every single website that got my book illegally, and then unpublish it for a while. Oh, thank you. Unpublish it for a while so that I can stop this guy, because he was just going to go back. And then I had to report it. To Amazon, so Amazon knows that he stole off their website. Okay. But if y'all want to buy the book to read it on my VIP site right now, y'all can buy my book, How to Write Poetry for the Advanced and Beginner Poet. For $8, y'all. Send the $8 to my Cash App, and I'll send you the link to my book, and you'll be able to read it for the whole month of February. Whole month of February. You won't have to go to Amazon. You could just go ahead and put the link in your browser and keep reading the book. For 30 days, you get it. After that, you'll have to get it on Amazon. Okay? Because March is publishing time. March is Aries energy. You're supposed to be doing some publishing some new stuff. So I'm being a little generous by allowing everybody to read my book at a discount price during Black History Month, okay, which is next month. So all through Black History Month, y'all can get my books for a discount. After that, all the books are going to be regular price, okay, in March. Every single book of mine will be at a discount price all through February. Doesn't matter if you're black and white buying my books. Doesn't matter. Everybody will be able to buy my books, my chapbooks, any lesson book of mine. I want everybody to be able to afford these books in February. And as I said, if you buy my books this week, you'll be able to get them through my VIP link. This means you won't have to deal with Amazon, none of that. That means you getting VIP pass, okay? All right. So, and people that get my books through my private link, they're on my mailing list. They also get free stuff and other stuff I send them. So if you buy my books through my VIP link, you also get you get special treatment from me. I'll just send you some of my videos that are private, like my law of attraction videos. I'll send you some complimentary books that I found that I know you might want to. I have a lot of literary books. When I tell y'all, I got one of the biggest literary book collection y'all can ever want on learning the craft of writing. Okay? My mentor said I'm probably most likely a genius in writing. And I know people love to say that Pulitzer Prize winning means you're a genius. No. Believe it or not, a lot of geniuses have so much work that it takes us years to get done with everything. We're constantly working on new projects. We have, it's like we're just in a room full of literary work that we're working on. Poet Robert Haas took 15 years to write his Pulitzer Prize winning book. And you can probably guess because he had 1,000 other projects he was working on. So I have one of the biggest literary educational collection that anybody could ever ask for. Okay. I'm running out of room on my tablet. I have a whole bookshelf full of literary educational books. I have books in the living room on the art of literary. I have books under my bed on the art of literary. I have 300 books on my laptop on the art of literary. Okay. And I'm very generous with new writers because I had nobody, y'all. I know what it's like to start off at the beginning. I'm trying not to cry, y'all. I know what it's like to be a new writer, be broke, and you're like, I can't afford $50,000 in college. I know what it's like. I was just lucky that I had a temp job, and right at the right time, my poetry mentor was offering discounts on his courses. I just got lucky with being able to get all these writing courses for such a cheap price that year. Now they don't even offer them. The MOOC classes, you don't get any help for them now. Iowa University has the MOOC classes available, but the teachers are not there to help you now. When I took them, the teachers were able to help me. So I just got lucky. But I made sure that I can teach what I learned. And I made sure that all the books that were so cheap at the time, I downloaded them, I backed them up on hard drives. So I have so many, and I will gladly send y'all some every month for free. Y'all won't have to pay, but you have to be on my VIP list. That means you have to buy one of my books. You buy one of my books, you get on my VIP list. Okay. Stop advertising in here. No, you're advertising other books. Why would you do that? Like, why can't, see, this is what I'm talking about. Why can't African Americans have their time? Do I look like I'm Vietnamese? Do I look Vietnamese? See what I'm saying? And then if I say you're racist or race biased, they're going to say I'm playing the race card. See, now, if I said to that person in here, you're race biased, they'll say, oh, you're playing the race card, black woman. But this is my time to shine. This is black people's time. What do you got to say to support me as a black woman, a black female writer in America? I'm a black female writer in America. Okay, what do you have to say about that? Okay, nothing. So you shouldn't even be in here. You have nothing to say. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it was brewing in here. It was brewing in here. This is what I was talking about earlier on the channel. We cannot have our moment. We cannot have our month. People refuse to let African Americans enjoy their day and their month in peace. If it's Martin Luther King time, we should be talking about supporting Black writers. Why can't we? Y'all say y'all tired of the wars. Y'all tired of racism. Okay. Then let us have our month. There's Irish month. There's Jewish month. There's month for everything. Even LGBTQ. Many people will rush in and say, buy books off LGBTQ. Well, what about Black female writers? Can we talk about that? A Black female writer came out. Here she go. Here she go. She's of color. Here she go. Can we talk about this? Okay. Come on, y'all. Y'all sick of hearing our mouths? Then show some support and we'll shut up. Serious. I don't care what book it is. People can advertise any book. I'm one of the best writers walking this earth, period. I'm not trying to brag, but I'm like Kanye West. I call it what it is. I'm one of the best walking this earth. Period. I didn't need a PhD. My mentor, he's teaching PhD students, and I sailed through his course. I did not struggle in his mentorships. When your mentor who teaches at university, PhD students, send you an email and say, you may be a genius. You might be a writing genius. He said, that's something to think about. That was the greatest compliment I could have ever got from a teacher. Period. Period. When you come in the presence of someone who can get that type of compliment from a professor, a licensed professor, and I don't think he passes that compliment out so generous. I don't think he's generous like that with every student of his. Okay. I was doing his homework assignments too. Sometimes I would turn in 2 things for his assignments. And he was like, how you keep doing this? You keep going metaphor. He said, you might be a writing genius. My brain goes really, really deep and effortlessly deep with writing, creative writing. Okay. William Faulkner, Synchronicity. He came to my mind earlier. Modern William Faulkner. Hi, everybody. I don't understand why Black writers can't say that they're gifted without getting attacked. We can't say that we created something without getting attacked. We just can't. Kanye West couldn't proclaim he was a genius, and he is. He is. He couldn't even say he was a genius without the Black community even attacking him. Like, why? Hemingway said he was the best. He claimed he was the best. Hemingway told other writers, claim you the best, period. Hemingway said he was one of the best writers on this earth, and he wasn't lying. Okay? He said if somebody tried to say he wasn't a good writer, he'd put the gloves on and prove it. Okay? If you're a writer, you gotta love to fight. Writing is a fight, y'all. It's a battle. If you don't like fighting, you're not gonna get good at writing. Hemingway wasn't lying. Writing really is a blood sport. You have to love to edit. You're only as good as your editing. Editing is where the real fight. Okay? Okay, if you're not into editing your craft, you'll never be a great writer. You'll never be a great writer. Writers train. Geniuses train. Bruce Lee trained over and over and over and over and over and over again. Redundancy. You want to get ridiculously good where people just like sickened by your skills? Your skill levels disturb everybody. You have to be so redundant. When you take writing lessons, do each one 2-3 times. Do them so much that you annoy the teacher. You want the teacher to have to feel like they put in some serious work. Okay? Make them teachers work for that money. When these teachers give you one assignment in writing, that's comfortable for them. Be like, I'm going to do this 3 times because they're overpaid. Yeah. Writing teachers are overpaid. Period. A lot of them can't even write that well. They're not even all that good. A lot of college writing teachers. No, they're not. They're not. Because they only did what was necessary to get their degree. A lot of them only did the assignments one time. And they follow the rules too much. Always following the rules. That's why their work ain't that good. It's predictable. It's pretentious because they following the rules. Hi, everybody. Who was the King of Spades? Somebody want to know who the King of Spades is? It was I think it was Hemingway. Wasn't it Hemingway? No, the King of Spades is Samuel Beckett. Samuel Beckett. Somebody asked who the King of Spades is. This dude right here. Samuel Beckett. He's modern, y'all. Modern. This is the kind of cards we're supposed to be doing. We don't need no more Juru. I'm even tired of Juru. Do you know you can make more money off your art than being a Juru? I know y'all. I know a lot of the people ain't going in history books for being a Juru. Okay? I got a download today to say Juru and monk life will keep you in poverty. Like uncomfortable poverty where you're almost in like begging energy. But when you are betting on your actual skills, then the odds of success is higher for you. Okay? Hi, everybody. Redundancy. That's what it takes, y'all. That for new writers in here, pick 2 things and just do that for like 2 weeks straight. Redundant. Till you be like, I'm sick of doing this. Okay, pick 2 type of poems only and just be like redundant. Okay, you'll see, you'll find that you're still writing some great work, but it's just so easy to get good at it because there's nothing else you're doing. If someone would have told me this, I would have been really, really skilled in writing in probably 2 months. I wouldn't even needed any other courses. If I would have just did metaphor poems, metaphor narrative prose, motifs over and over again, motifs, metaphor, motifs, motifs and sound devices, sound, metaphor. Y'all, those are one of the 2 most critical writing things. Metaphor, sound devices, and symbolism. Learn those 3 first, and you're pretty much home free in your writing. All you got to do is go out there and get you an outline. Okay? Very first thing you need to learn if you're a new writer is what is a theme. If you don't know that, main idea. Learn how to come up with main ideas. for your work. I'll give y'all an example. My poem that placed in the Superhighway Poetry Contest and was published multiple times, the main idea of that poem was taking care of my sick father. And basically, I was trying to show signs of how he was declining and my struggles with, getting him home. So the poem is When I Had to Take You Home. That was the poem title. So I was talking about my journey in getting my father. He had narcolepsy, my stepfather. So I wrote about being his caregiver, a certain moment of being his caregiver. And I made sure that I included something that was, not everybody would notice. See, being great writers mean you reveal the hidden things, the strange things, the things that people may try to ignore or try to pretend like they didn't see. Okay? So in my poem, there was a moment when I was getting my dad home, and when he was grabbing the air like this, and there was nothing there, but his mind was like, don't fall. But yet there was no pole in front of him, so he was like that. And I just remembered that the way he was moving his body and grabbing the air was just like a baby trying to walk. It was identical. And it made me see that he was really declining faster than we thought. That was my moment when I was like, he's really declining now. He's like a newborn baby on this bus. He's like a little 1-year-old here. So I often felt like I was like taking a child home every day, a grown man child. So, but I wanted people to know the environment I was in and what it was like trying to take care of somebody in an environment that wasn't exactly the best environment. The whole struggle energy that was going on. Now, I came up with a moment that I could write about, but then I used a certain process to actually write the poem. Okay? Great work opens with a shock of some kind. Okay? And it ends with another shock or another breathless ending, that makes the reader gasp or be pushed to the edge or in shock or wonderment. That's how you end your work. So those are questions you ask yourself when you end your work. Did it invoke any of those type of feelings in my reader? So even with my poem that was nominated for the Pushcart and the Best of the Net, when I didn't know how to end it, I said, I'm gonna end it where I feel it would awaken or shock my reader, or where it would, sort of keep my reader captive or hostage. So I ended up finding where to end it finally. But then I said, the poem still is missing some really important piece. And I realized it was missing me. It was missing me. Even though it was about picking up my father's ashes, I knew that how I was affected still mattered. So I decided to add me, just a little bit of me in the poem. And that is what was the icing on the cake with the poem. And then I knew I was on to something with that poem. Okay. Virginia Woolf is out here. Who's afraid of Virginia Woolf? Somebody might be a playwright. Virginia Woolf came out, y'all. I saw this play. I saw Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. I saw that play live at the Pittsburgh Playhouse. The Pittsburgh Playhouse be putting on this play, y'all, by Virginia Woolf. It's a lot of drama. Feminine energy, female drama. Hi, everybody. Okay. Colette, she's a synchronicity. She's the 4 of spades, Colette. The Queen of Spades is Virginia Woolf, somebody's wife. So some of y'all may get inspired by writing what it means to be a wife. Okay. Yeah. The dark side of feminine energy. The dark side, or the dark and the light side, juxtaposition. Air energy is dealing with juxtaposition in creative writing. Okay, we have Franz Kafka. Franz Kafka. He is the Jack of Spades. A lot of spades coming out here. Somebody needs to learn juxtaposition in their work. That would be Libra energy, or 2 sides of the coin, heads and tails. Susan Sontag just jumped out. Confirmation, she got gray in her hair. Postmodern. So there's a lot of modern coming out here. Somebody in here might be a modern writer. Okay. So let's do something for our artistic people. Artists. And I'm gonna start doing these daily, because this is what I'm into now, y'all. I'm getting drained and exhausted of the Juru energy. It's too much dark energy coming through the Juru world. I'm starting to want to pull away from it, y'all. Take a break. Okay. Woo! Surrealism. Surrealism, y'all. Ace of Diamonds. Main Ray is the Ace of Diamonds. Woo, child. If y'all don't know what surrealism is, surrealism would be with Frida, the type of artwork that Frida was doing. Okay? I think she was a surrealist, and she was associating with surrealist writers. Okay? So I think she was using like objects to tell a story in her work. Okay, like object expression, the objects expressing something. Surrealism. Okay. Like almost like how you would see things in your dreams. That could be Pisces energy as well. Okay, Impressionism and Post-Impressionism. I think Impressionism is water energy as well. If it was Expressionism, it would be Scorpio energy. I don't think that's Scorpio energy. But that's the 8 of Clubs, which is George Soret. Okay. I wonder if any expressionism gonna come out. All right, bag. What was that? Okay, let's see what this is, y'all. 10 of Hearts, pop art. Andy Warhol, y'all. Andy Warhol, pop art. This is Roy Lichtenstein. Roy Lichtenstein is the 10 of Hearts. Woo! 10 of Hearts came out. The 10 and the Ace of Diamonds came out. Somebody could get famous doing realism, surrealism. Somebody might get famous doing that. Ace of Diamonds. Somebody might win a big prize or Nobel Prize. Ace of Diamonds could be like big awards. Ooh, child. Or a lot of awards, a lot of prizes won. You know, yeah, Surrealism came out again. Hans Belmer. Okay, is the Two of Diamonds. Yeah, the Two of Diamonds. I think that could get into priorities. So, I don't know. Using your daily, creating art that has to do with possibly your daily life or daily work. That is Hans Belmer. Two of Diamonds. Let's see who this is. Woo! The Ten of Diamonds came out. Joan Myro. Joan Myro. Surrealism. Surrealism is the Ten of Diamonds. The 10 and the Ace came out. Woo, child. I don't even know if the World card gonna come out. Eight of Diamonds is here too. Surrealism. Merritt Oppenheim. So some of y'all may actually need to do this also in writing. Yeah. Wow. That's something else. Okay, let's do. Hi, Eric.
Hey,
I'll move it out the way.
no, it's okay.
Okay.
Right.
I already ate mine. I ate early.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to get some work done, a little bit of writing done later today.
Okay, baby.
And I know if I eat all my food at night, I'll end up going to sleep. Okay, so let's see here, y'all. Okay, this is the movies, y'all. Let's see. For screenplay writers, if you like to write plays or screenplays or movies or short stories, this one's for you. Five of Hearts, Pedro Almodovar. Five of Hearts, romantic. All right, somebody need to watch romantic movies or write romantic screenplays or plays. Yeah, why did that? This kind of wanted to come out, but it didn't. Ida Lupino, crime fiction. So somebody could do romantic crime. Queen of Diamonds. Queen of Diamonds for romantic crime, because there's romance there. Or this, ooh, that flew out. The Coen brothers, crime in action. Crime in action, Coen brothers. It's the Ten of Diamonds. Wow. All right. So the Coen brothers is 10 of Diamonds. These are for movies, y'all. But remember, we got Pisces next month. So these are themes. If you're thinking of writing something, writing movies or plays or screenplays or short stories, you might want to write romance or crime and action. But symbolism needs to be used as well because surrealism came out. Surrealism deals with symbolism. Hemingway was also a symbolism writer. So somebody need to put symbolism in their work. Period. Or personification. Surrealism has personification in it. Surrealism art has personification and symbolism in it. Crime action. Here we go again. It's a lot of crime action in here. Lauren Bacall, 4 Diamonds. Heck. Whoa. Romance. Drama and Art House came out. Barry Jenkins. Okay, he's a man of color. He didn't came out. Barry Jenkins is the Six of Clubs, Drama and Art House. Let me see if anybody else. Lauren Bacall looks like she's biracial. Okay, this guy came out. He looks Asian, y'all. Sci-fi horror. Sci-fi and horror. Ishiro Honda. He is the Two of Spades. Now, Barry Jenkins is the Six of Clubs. These are basically people who wrote the movies or the screenplay writers or who produced the movies. Okay? So you want to look up these people. Pisces like their movies. Pisces season. Y'all, hold on, y'all. This is a mess. King of Clubs, Orson Welles. I think that's his name. Orson Welles. Drama and Art House. Drama and Art House. King of Clubs. Woo. So he would be a king of sticks. Clubs, I think, are the sticks. So, like the King of Wands. All right. He would be like the King of Wands, I think. We're going to get one more for the movies. David Lean. Romance. Jack of Hearts. Okay. David Lean. Jack of Hearts. Okay. All right. All right. So if you're writing your books, if you're writing new books and you're trying to publish your book by the end of February, I gave y'all some themes, subject matters. If you're trying to do some art, I did art for the artists here. Okay. So y'all can replay this video and just abstract expressionism. I felt like I had to see this card for somebody. This is Philip Guston. Philip Guston is the Three of Spades, abstract expressionism. Somebody may have a hidden talent in abstract expressionism. Okay, it's like kind of like hidden from somebody. Somebody may not know that they're gifted in it or whatever, because it didn't come out, but I accidentally saw it. So, what are this crime and action here? Yeah. So these are the cards I deal with. I'm getting tired of Juwu stuff. I'm tired. I can feel my brain just being squeezed. Like, no, y'all. Okay, see y'all later. Bye, everybody. I think I'm going to be doing career. I want to do career and art and writing guidance. I want to do themed guidance now. And I don't want to just do random guidance and stuff. So I'll be working with these and maybe some other ones that deal with careers. I may even do some gemstone ones. So I know some of y'all like gemstones. Okay. Energy, y'all. Energy. I got this candle. I think it was at... Where did I get this candle from? I think I got this either at Family Dollar or Gabriel's, this candle. Okay. This can get into earth energy. If you have problems with your root chakra or problems with being creative or being practical or being prepared or getting organized, or lifting weights and working out. Let's say you struggle with that, or you struggle with procrastination. You want to get you an energy candle. All right, bye, everybody. Try to make sure I don't mess up the wicks. Bye. Please check for announcements for my books. I promise there will be some book announcements by mid-February. If you want to find out what books I have for sale, please email me. All my information is posted in the community news. If you'd like to donate to show your appreciation, you can donate to my Cash App at #Coach V Hunter. Bye, everybody. See y'all later.